What if your life could be a beacon of hope, a light drawing the nation to God? If you're feeling lost, uncertain, or in need of a purpose that brings real transformation, you're exactly where you need to be. Have you ever wondered what it means to be a light in a dark world? To not just exist, but to shine with purpose, drawing others closer to God. Today, we're diving into something beautiful, powerful, and special. It's a promise from Psalm 33:12. This promise can change not just our lives, but the future of those around us and the nation itself. The Bible also reminds us in Matthew 5 that we are the light of the world and that our light cannot be hidden. With this light comes a level of responsibility, but don't worry. God has a plan for our lives. He wants us to let our light shine brightly. It's not just about us, but about being used to draw others closer to Him. We're talking about how God can use us as beacons of light to bring hope to our world. Are you ready to explore this incredible calling? Psalm 33:12 lets us know that the nation, whose God is the Lord, is blessed, and so are the people He chooses to offer His inheritance. This verse speaks to more than just a nation. It speaks to a movement, a spiritual awakening, one that starts in our hearts and ripples outward, changing lives and even entire nations. But what does this personally mean for us? And how does it shape our purpose in the world today? Imagine this. You're standing in a dark world, unsure of your next step. You feel the weight of your circumstances, maybe even the weight of your own fears. But then something shifts. And someone may say to you, there's something different about you, something special. Or they tell you that they really enjoy being around you. You begin to realize that you are not just anyone. You are a light. You've been chosen by God to shine, to draw people closer to Him. When we read Psalm 33:12, we understand that God isn't just blessing nations. He's calling individuals to be a beacon of light in a broken and dark world, to be His people and His inheritance. We are not just chosen to receive blessings, but for a purpose. That purpose is to reflect His light so brightly that others can't help but be drawn to it, and ultimately to Him. We are the ones God is using to lead others toward His love and grace. That's our calling and hope. And what is this inheritance? It's not just material wealth or status. It's not the latest fashions, the newest gadget, or the dream home with the amenities. No, the inheritance promised in Psalm 33:12 is something much more powerful. It's the very presence of God in our lives, and access to eternal communion with Him. It's peace that surpasses understanding. It's joy in the midst of the troubles we may face. And most importantly, it's the hope of experiencing eternal life with God. This inheritance doesn't fade away. It grows brighter with time. And as we embrace this inheritance, we don't just receive it for ourselves. We become a part of something greater, a people who shine with the light of God, bringing others into that same promise. You might be thinking, how can I be that light? You're not alone in asking that. The truth is, God has already equipped you. It starts with surrender. It starts with saying, God, use me. Lord, let your light shine through me. When we open ourselves to God, He'll use us in ways we've never imagined. our simple acts of kindness, our willingness to serve, our courage to speak His truth. These are the ways we become beacons of light. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to be willing. God is always drawn to a willing person with an open heart. And as we step into that light, others will be drawn to it, seeking hope, seeking peace, and seeking the God who loves them. When we choose to be that beacon, we don't just bring others to God, we draw closer to Him too. The closer we walk with God, the more His light fills us, and the more it overflows into the world around us. That's the promise of Psalm 33:12. A nation blessed by God, filled with people who are drawing nearer to Him and living out His love in a way that transforms everything. So, when you're wondering how you can change the world, start by letting God's light shine in your own life. Choose to be a part of the nation that God blesses. You don't have to wait for the world to change. You can be the change that leads others back to Him. And the most exciting part is that this journey doesn't end with us. It's just the beginning. God has a plan, and He wants us to be a part of it. Whether you're just beginning to seek Him or you've been walking with Him for years, there is always more to discover, more of His light, of His love, and His inheritance. If this message has resonated with you, if you're ready to let God use your life as a beacon of light to draw others to Him, we invite you to subscribe and join our growing community. Let's walk together, shine together, and grow together. Together we can create a movement of hope, one person at a time, drawing the world closer to the God who loves all of us unconditionally. Thank you for being a part of our community. Remember, you are chosen. Stay faithful, stay hopeful, and let God's love lead you and comfort you. And don't forget that no matter what, God will never leave us or abandon us. He promised to be with us wherever we go and won't leave us until He has done what He has promised us. Keep shining bright